In ancient China, the emperor held absolute power, and they were all men except for one. Wu Zetian, the only female emperor in China's 5,000-year history. How did she, a woman in a male-dominated world, rise to the throne and forever change the course of history? This is her story. Wu Zetian, born in 624 AD, came from an ordinary official family. Her father was a low-ranking official, and although not highly positioned, he valued education and raised her to be intelligent and independent from a young age. Wu Zetian displayed exceptional intelligence and courage from childhood. Not only was she smart, but she also dared to express her opinions, which was rare in the traditional family structure of the time. In 637 AD, at the age of 13, Wu Zetian entered the Imperial palace as a concubine of Emperor Taizong Li Shimin. It was a place entangled with power and intrigue, where favoritism, battles, and power struggles within the harem grew increasingly intense. In such an environment, she had to learn how to survive. Among the many concubines, Wu Zetian's intelligence and courage gradually helped her stand out. Through careful observation and learning, she mastered the art of survival in this complex environment, becoming one of the emperor's favored concubines. Wu Zetian was not merely a beautiful concubine. With her wit and charm, she won the favor of Emperor Taizong, drawing her closer to the center of power. In 649 AD, Emperor Taizong passed away, and Wu Zetian's fate seemed to change drastically. In ancient China, concubines who lost their emperor were typically sent to a temple to spend the rest of their lives, far from the bustle of the court and power. However, Wu Zetian was not a woman content with obscurity. Even in this remote temple, her heart burned with a desire to return to the center of power. After Taizong's death, his son Li Jui became the new emperor. He had previously shared feelings with Wu Zetian, and upon their reunion, their emotions reignited, offering Wu Zetian a chance to change her destiny. Using her intelligence and her special relationship with Tang Dynasty, Wu Zetian re-entered the palace. No longer marginalized, she was a woman ready to take control of her fate. Upon her return to the palace, Wu Zetian had to confront not only the hostility of other concubines, but also the complex political power struggles. She knew that only by wielding power could she secure her survival. Wu Zetian not only won the emperor's favor through her beauty, but also gained Emperor Gaozong's trust through her wisdom and political acumen. From being a mere concubine, she gradually became the emperor's right hand, accessing the core of power. She wasn't just a concubine, she became an indispensable assistant to Emperor Gaozong in governance. Her political shrewdness and intelligence gradually won her increasing influence in the palace. As her power grew, so did her conflict with Empress Wang, the emperor's legitimate wife. After returning to the palace, Wu Zetian's biggest obstacle was Empress Wang. As the ruler of the harem, Empress Wang felt increasingly threatened by Wu Zetian's growing influence, especially the deepening relationship between her and the emperor. Though Empress Wang had high status, she was childless, unable to secure her position through offspring. Wu Zetian, on the other hand, gained the emperor's trust and love, which intensified the competition in the harem. Wu Zetian solidified her position not only through her intelligence and beauty, but also by giving birth to a son, a significant advantage over the childless Empress Wang. Sensing this threat, Empress Wang conspired with other concubines, spreading rumors in the palace to damage Wu Zetian's reputation in the emperor's eyes. Wu Zetian quickly realized the danger posed by Empress Wang and decided to take more decisive action to secure her position. Wu Zetian was not only skilled in strategy, but also adept at seizing key moments. In front of Emperor Gaozong, she cleverly exposed the plots of Empress Wang and the other concubines, earning the emperor's trust. Gradually, Emperor Gaozong began to doubt Empress Wang, while Wu Zetian continued to gain support in the court. She was no longer just a favored concubine, but an influential figure in the government. In 655 AD, Wu Zetian's plan succeeded when Emperor Gaozong ordered the dethroning and imprisonment of Empress Wang. The long palace power struggle ended in Wu Zetian's victory. Wu Zetian was officially crowned as Empress of the Tang Dynasty. No longer just a palace concubine, she had ascended to the pinnacle of power through her intelligence and courage. As Empress, Wu Zetian's influence continued to expand. However, Emperor Gaozong's health deteriorated, leaving him unable to fully handle state affairs. During this time, Wu Zetian began to take the reins, shaping the destiny of the Tang Empire. With Emperor Gaozong chronically ill, he relied heavily on Wu Zetian to manage state affairs. Gradually, she became the actual ruler of the Tang Dynasty. Wu Zetian was not satisfied with merely being an empress. She actively participated in governance, implementing reforms, combating corruption, and appointing capable officials. Under her rule, the court was revitalized, and the country moved towards stability and prosperity. Her intelligence and decisiveness in governance won her support from many ministers, but also sparked resentment among conservative forces. Many old officials and noble families could not accept a woman wielding such power. Faced with tremendous pressure, Wu Zetian never backed down. She ruthlessly suppressed opposing forces in the court and strengthened her power base as Emperor Gaozong's health worsened, leading to her increasingly firm grip on the government. In 683 AD, Emperor Gaozong passed away. Wu Zetian became Empress Dowager, placing her son, Lixian, on the throne. However, Lixian grew dissatisfied with her control and attempted to break free from her influence. When faced with her son's betrayal, Wu Zetian decisively deposed him and installed her other son, Li Dan, as emperor. However, Li Dan also struggled to escape her grasp, and Wu Zetian soon realized that only she could truly control the empire. Finally, Wu Zetian made a bold decision. She deposed Li Dan and declared herself emperor, becoming the only female ruler in Chinese history. In 690 AD, Wu Zetian formally ascended the throne and established the Zhou dynasty, becoming China's sole female emperor. This moment marked the breaking of gender barriers that had stood for thousands of years, as she took full control of the Tang Empire. Wu Zetian's rise was not only a personal victory, but also a milestone for women's status in Chinese history. Through her intelligence, decisiveness, and unparalleled political skill, she profoundly altered the course of Chinese history. What changes did her reign bring to China? Why does her legacy remain so controversial? Stay tuned for the next chapter of her imperial saga.